On today's episode of Cajun Country Livin', we run our nets and install more sheetrock in order to start a huge project for the upcoming week. Hey y'all, so getting back into it this week, we are going to start by doing a little bit more sheetrock before we get to who won the fishing contest.
The dreadful sheetrock. But it is supposed to rain all week next week, and we really need to try to get some things done that we have to do before we get to next week's project. One hand always washes the other with this stuff.
So next week's project is going to be putting up the ceiling in this living room. We're not going to tell y'all how we're going to do it just yet, but it does include some lathing. And for that lathing to be in the right placement, we do need to put these sheetrock pieces up like right here and on this little Hooters wall from a few episodes ago.
So like we discussed before, we're trying to start at the front of the house and work our way back, trying to get not finished, but like all the sheetrock in the ceiling and the walls done and everything. That way we go back, we don't have anything left to install. All we have to do is do the sheetrock mud finish, floors, window trim, all that kind of stuff. It's still a lot, but at least it's a solid structure. So after we get the sheetrock installed on this wall, we're going to be installing the lath running in this direction with the rafters in order to put the material that we're going to put on this ceiling, which we're not going to say what that is just yet. You can guess in the comments if you like, see how close you can get. But we feel like it's incredibly unique, and it kind of goes with our personalities and this more modern industrial look that we're after. Although it is wintertime, and as much as we enjoy sitting in our chairs looking at this snowy roof, we're ready to get it covered up. And we have a lot of things to take in consideration when we lay this out. This is going to be one of the most complicated things that we've probably done. It's pretty simple, but there's so much to take into consideration. We have all the wire drops where the recessed lighting is going to be. We have the wire drops where the ceiling fans are going to be. And whenever we lay this lathing out, we're going to have to take all that into mind. But before we jump on that horse, we got to take care of this, get this knocked out.
Well, y'all have definitely spoken about this. I guess it is going to be the designated Hooters wall. So we are going to start right here with our sheetrock. We're going to go for a 12-foot piece and just cut that corner out. We could use a 9-foot piece and then put a little sheet above it, but that's just one more seam for us to cover. So 12-foot piece it is.
So what we're going to do is just cut this first piece of drywall with this one angle on it. We're going to put it up there, screw it in place, and then take a roto zip, cut down this wall, and probably oscillate until flush with the sheetrock on the ceiling. Are you proud of me? I said oscillate until instead of rotary tool.
I'm proud of you, and I bet you 100 other people watching this right now are proud of you.
I don't know why I always call it a rotary tool. Oh, I won't get the rotary tool.
I call it the heart tool thing.
Heart tool thing.
You know what I'm talking about though, huh?
That old heart tool thing. Let's go get it.
Having tools like this rotozip and oscillating tool have made sheetrocking light work. These definitely have been added to the home building essential list. Oh, how the tables have turned. I have taught him well.
Hanging this sheetrock gets really repetitious, so we spared y'all from having to watch the whole process. For supper we had butter beans with okra, and that is one of my favorites.
So getting back started today, we only have one more piece that we need to put up. We did get almost all of it done, but we have that one sheet left on this Hooters wall side. And somebody misplaced our little tiny notepad. So.
But better, I found this. Look, the diagram is so much bigger. Font size is a lot easier to read. You can read it from a distance. You can set it across the room and still see the number. Handy. Okay, you ready to throw this on that sheetrock and get it up there?
Lucy from Texas, we just wanted to say thank you so much for sending us these cups off our Amazon wish list. And also Albert for sending us these mixing bowls. These might seem like small items to y'all, but for us, these mean so much. So thank y'all so much for sending us these off our Amazon wish list. And time to put up that last piece of sheetrock. Oh, that's stable. That's good. Aren't you glad I'm not scared of heights? So now that we have completed the Hooters side wall, we need to finish right here, which is the underside of kind of where the kitchen meets the living room. And then we really need to put some more sheetrock up on this plywood before we go ahead and put our material up that's gonna go on the ceiling.
So over the past couple of weeks, we think that y'all suffered through enough sheetrock work. So we're gonna try to get this knocked out this weekend and prep for next week for this ceiling install. For the record, this material I have never put in the interior of a house ever. So it's gonna be a huge learning curve. I'm sure there'll be a lot of laughs on your side at us. But we still have some things to do. We need to throw a wall in here in a couple places around this fireplace, kind of halfway frame that up so we'll at least have a good stopping point with our drywall, things like that, which we'll be pecking on this weekend.
So now enough talk about our sheetrock and let's go pick up our nets.
I'm ready.
And y'all make sure to stay tuned into the end of the video. We have a little surprise for y'all. Can't Contain Us reached out to us and wanted to do care packages to each other. So the unboxing of the package that Summer and Cody sent us is gonna be at the end of this video. Now let's go.
You don't have to twist my arm.
And always, safety first. Here we go.
When we raised up this first net, we noticed a big problem. We had no fish that we could keep. Typically these nets have a lot of fish in them, but with the water increased over a foot in a day, it changes the pathway that these fish travel. I know that sounds like an excuse, because it probably is. And here we go with net number 2. Just one old grinnell, or bowfin, and they're not really good for eating. These grinnell have a really, really strong bite, so you don't want to stick your finger anywhere around them things' mouth. Net number 3. Now there's a little glimmer of hope. Finally got a few fish that we can keep. It's not many, but at least we didn't get skunked.
Now we zeroed the scales so we'll have an exact, accurate weight. I guess it's a good thing for us. We don't have to use the big scales. We can use these kitchen scales today. Man, if this ain't a pitiful little mess of fish.
The grand total is
7 pounds, 14 ounces.
Woo! Perfect.
What a catch.
Perfect for you and me to eat.
That is a perfect amount. I just wish that it would have been more, but hey, that's why they say it's fishing and not catching. You can't win them all.
So now we get to have the fun task of looking through these 700 comments to see who got 7 pounds. While I'm looking this up, I think Jim should tell a fishing story.
Ever since I've been capable of memory, I've been going with my dad, setting nets and running nets. And we have caught a boatload of fish on many occasions. Sometimes in between the seats, the rows of seats in the boat, the fish would be level from seat to seat. And one time, years and years ago, my dad actually slipped off of the seat and fell into the fish. And whenever he stood up, he had a fish about this size hanging out of each cheek of his rear end. Now, no pun intended, but you talk about a pain in the... So you can imagine that he was incredibly pleased that he had this happen to him while we're in the middle of the river bottom with a boatload of fish in the middle of nowhere, and he has a couple of catfish stuck and hanging from the derriere. Well, these fins are sharp going in, and they have a barb on the bottom of them coming all the way out. So the going in part is the easy part. The coming out part is not so easy. So you can imagine how bad that hurt, and they were not little fish. Anyway, that's just one of many stories over the years that I remember right off the top of my head. So I'll be sharing more of them as we go on these little fishing adventures. So in our last video, whenever we set the competition about guessing the weight on how many fish we were going to catch in the nets, we had an overwhelming amount of entries for that. There was a ton of people that had a guess for that weight. Although no one to this point actually guessed the exact weight, we still wanted to recognize the ones that got the closest.
So here were the top 4. We were only gonna do one, but since we had so many entries, we only thought that it was right to pick the top 4. All right, before I disclose this information of who the winners are, I'm gonna put your username over here on the side, and please leave us a comment with your email so that way we can get a hold of you. And without further ado, drum roll please. It's Brent Clark, 1841. He guessed 8 pounds, so if this is you, you know what to do. Our second person is Glenn Moynes, 4121. Right here. Glenn guessed that it would be 6.9 pounds, so getting closer. Our third winner is going to be Stephanie Pickering, and last but not least...
Well, you didn't say how many pounds she guessed.
Oh,
that is very crucial information here.
I'm so sorry, Stephanie. Stephanie guessed 6.5 pounds. Still very close.
Pretty close.
And last but not... last but not least, Aaron Riley, 9270, guessed 8 pounds. So nobody guessed the exact weight, and like we talked about, typically you will have a lot bigger numbers in the nets. It just happened that the water came up, so you win some, you lose some.
100% fact. If we would not have taken y'all along, we would have probably had a tub full of fish.
As soon as we get y'all's information, we're gonna be sending out your merch, and thank y'all so much for everybody who entered. We had so much fun reading through all the comments, reading from the highest numbers to the zeros. It was absolutely a blast. So if y'all liked it, let us know, and we can definitely do this again for y'all. We did put our nets back out, I will say that. So, maybe next week. No, not this soon.
Too soon.
Too soon, because if we end up with about 7 pounds or less this time, it'll really hurt our egos.
We'll have no fish and be out of t-shirts.
All right, y'all. Well, stay tuned because we got a little fun clip for the ending. To end our video this week, Summer and Cody from Can Contain Us sent us a care package, and we sent them one. I'm gonna put the link to their video if y'all wanna watch them open up our box on the screen right here. Also, I'll have it in the description if you miss it. We just thought that this would be something fun to do, to send each other a care package, open it up, and y'all can see kind of how Louisiana meets Missouri versus Missouri meets Louisiana.
We thought this would be a really neat idea. Summer and Cody are some really cool people, and it's amazing the difference in people's personalities. So I'm kind of interested to see what they sent us. Okay.
A lot of this is probably going to make sense to you if you go and watch their video, because this is actually the original box that we had sent. Summer taped a note to this and says, "Hi, I was looking around for a box, couldn't find one except y'all's. Tear this note off to find a cute letter from Grandma. P.S. The dog sent over their love with all their hair."
This box has been well used.
This box came from Illinois all the way to Louisiana, back up to Missouri, and now back to Louisiana. And maybe I should send it back to Granny.
This box has seen some stuff now.
This is what you call recycling. That's your faves.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's got our logo on it.
Oh, that is really cool. Oh, this is so cool. Look at this. I love, if you've watched any of us cooking, you'll know that we love wooden utensils. And how cool is that? For your Cajun country kitchen.
Oh, it's a teeny tiny little one.
Oh.
Stop it.
Oh.
I didn't even know they could do that. Oh my gosh, that is the coolest thing ever. That is so cool. And then we have our big one here too. One of a kind, can't contain us stickers. Okay, this one says it's for Jim.
Oh wow. How did they find all this cool thing? That is so neatly done. I love it.
For whoever they fit. How cool is that? I didn't even know you could do that. Oh, they're gonna fit me no matter what. I'm gonna torch these suckers and get them fitted right up to my hands. Oh, that is so cool. It's a set of coasters too. One for all of us, how sweet. That is so neat.
Oh, that's homemade rotel.
They also sent a little bit of something for Jim's mama. They sent, I think it's pickled peppers. Pickled something. Pickled peppers or pickled jalapenos.
Tongue twister.
Pickled peppers. Oh, and they sent us some too. Summer and Cody do a lot of canning on their channel, so if that's something that you're into also, I'd definitely go check them out because they do a lot of cooking also within just like their regular videos. These are from childhood. They may not be the cutest, but I have matching ones. And even though we all do YouTube, we're all doing the same type of build, we really have created a bond with Summer and Cody, and they are truly, truly such selfless people. Something as small as this, I know meant the world to her because like her entire Christmas tree was all things that was filled with her childhood. So very, very sentimental people. So it means a lot for y'all to give these to us. Okay, I'm gonna take a wild one at what this is. It has a straw.
What do you think it is?
I was thinking a coat rack. Ooh. Cajun Country Livin. It matches. Must have known it's my favorite color.
I think they like
It
me better.
matches you too.
I think they like me better because mine has a handle.
Well, mine has a straw. What are they trying to say?
Yours suck.
I'm gonna open this one up too because it's Lad's. Lad's little cup too. It says Cajun Country Livin. She's gonna love this.
Oh, she'll pack that thing for it.
They got Lad some little books. Summer, thank you so much. This is definitely gonna be really nice to do to add into my skincare at night. A bunch of different little skincare products.
The card on this package reads, "We hope you find this tool as useful as we have found ours." Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're literally just talking about how bad we needed a laser level. And here we go. They must have read our minds. This is super cool. I've never owned one of these. Lydia, have you ever had one?
Never.
But I see people use them on YouTube all the time, and it looks so cool. It looks so easy to make some of these projects that we do. We have to come up with out-of-the-box solutions. Now we have an in-the-box solution.
We got a little wood card with our logo on it. A little help for the rainy days. This is, you know what this is?
Is that one of those camera umbrellas?
No, it's one for your head. Duck down so they can see. No, it really is a camera umbrella. Look how cute.
That is so cool. This is a really, really cool idea. And if you don't do any videoing and you don't have those struggles, these kind of little trinkets like this, I would have never thought would be useful. It takes such a great amount of effort and detail into capturing and doing what we do, even though it might not seem like it sometimes. It's a really, really well orchestrated event. And something as simple as a mechanism to keep the rain off your camera on certain days can be a complete game changer.
From my favorite Texas places, it's my
What a bird!
shirt. The other shirt is from Wild Wolf Vintage. They do a bunch of really, really neat shirts. The girl who runs it's super cool. She posts some really, really neat stuff on Instagram, so y'all definitely go follow her. And this is the one that they sent me. Oh, that's neat. That is so cool.
And they even sent something for Gus and Brooks. They'll love it.
This says, something for us to try together on FaceTime. Nature's wild berry, new sweet taste you get from sour foods. Last up to 20 to 40 minutes. One last thing for Ladley Ruth. Some little string lights for her room and a little pouch. This is a s'mores builder. So you can set this on the table. You set your graham cracker in it, then you set your Hershey bar, and then you set your marshmallow. Whenever you go to set your marshmallow in here, it's got a slot, so you stick the stick in the slot, and then you can pull it out, put it on the top, and right there, it's like an easy way to make a s'more without getting your hands dirty. That is perfect for a 2-year-old.
Perfect for a 2-year-old. Perfect for a me.
All right, last thing. Okay, here's Lad's. She gets to be a rep. Here's mine.
Well, thank you, Summer and Cody, for all this. We appreciate you, and your friendship is very important to us. And this was extremely thoughtful of you.
And for everybody watching, if y'all like this, let us know, and hey, maybe we'll do another one. And if y'all like to watch us unbox this, make sure to go on Summer and Cody's channel, Can't Contain Us, and see what we sent them. Jim even sent Cody his own personal hoodis. Well, y'all make sure that you like and subscribe, and make sure to go to Cody and Summer's channel, like and subscribe them, and we will see y'all next week. Bye, Cajun family.
We have developed a great friendship with Summer and Cody in a short amount of time. Our journeys and love for sharing our lives through YouTube was the catalyst that began our friendship. They are two of the most selfless people that we have ever met, and it's easy to see that they both have a giving spirit. As we ponder at the gifts sent to us by Summer and Cody, it is clear to see that you can't contain the friendship between Cajun country people and Missouri off-grid homesteaders.